Alright, well we're back showing you more great ways how you should be using QCart. So, you're probably wondering how you manage the levels of the carts that you're playing. Well, look down here at the bottom. That's a very nice little volume fader, isn't it? Let's play and show you how it works. It's not surprising, it works like any other volume fader in the world. Now, let's bring the level back up and show you this button. Great, it's a mute button. That's wonderful. You figure out how to use this however you need to. And a pause. Oh, that's great. It's like the mute, but it stops it where you need it. Now, here's where things get nice and fancy. There's a wonderful ducking function here in QCart that allows you to do some volume control that's more or less automated for all of the carts. So let's show you how it works. The level is brought down to the level at which the volume fader was left in the last ducking mode. So let's just pretend that I bring ducking even lower. We deactivate ducking, and then reactivate it, and the ducking goes back to the setting at which it was found. Now, the ducking is functional for all of the carts that you're playing at the same time. And that's just generally, this is the master QCart volume. So we'll play Machine Gun, and it's happening at this same volume. Let's deduck it. And things are all down. So let's deactivate these carts. And Matt, do you want to talk about hold?
Sure. Well, first I'd like to say, why do we use ducking? Well, ducking is used if you want to talk over music like a bed, which is perfect if we have a bunch of music carts. But this fancy feature called hold, if you look up here, right in the top of no turning back, you'll see this little button that looks like an arrow pointing down. That's hold. If you see a cart that has hold enabled on it, it will only play while you're holding it. If you let go, it stops. Wow. Alright, moving on. You'll see on fancy footwork here, there's this thing that looks vaguely like the recycle icon, but no, it's actually the loop icon. If you have a short enough PSA or promo that you want to loop, and it has this loop icon on it, if you click it, it will play and loop.
This is particularly useful for any actual racks that we're going to be creating on QCart that are really just loops. That way you can just play something and it's in the background. For example, for any of you folks that want to read the radio music calendar and don't want to find the same album all the time, you can just request us to put a particular song or a loop of your choosing on QCart, and we'll do that for you.
No problem. The last fancy feature that shows up in the right-hand corner here is the solo button, which is this one with a circle around it. If I have another cart playing, and I go to click on Hell's Bells, which is soloed, it is the one that gets soloed. Unfortunately, if you start a soloed cart like this, and then you want to go start another cart, they will play simultaneously.
So soloing only deactivates all other tracks that we're playing at the moment of activating the soloed track. So, important thing here is that all of these functions can be reached by doing a right click. Actually, no, that's a lie. We're going to edit that. Well, no, I'm totally correct. All of the functions just mentioned can be reached by right-clicking a single cart. If you want to turn a cart into a hold cart, just press that. If you want to turn it into a loop, that's all. That's how you do it, but we'd very much appreciate it if you didn't change the statuses of the carts because they will affect how they play. Like, for example, a PSA looping doesn't sound very professional now, does it? So, if you could be courteous and not change the states at which things are unless you have asked permission of the engineering department, that would be wonderful. Thank you. So that just about does it for this video on QCart. If you have any questions, please feel free to email engineering@wrct.org. Any questions asked, or if you want any particular carts to be added, do add. We want this to serve your shows. We want it to really integrate with your programming so it makes it wonderfully easy for you to have the most fine-tuned and, I guess, just unique show possible. Thank you.